Welcome back to episode 2 of Greatest Let's Play Modded Minecraft series, and this time we're on FTB Monster, and bringing it from where we left off. You're in this roguelike dungeon, made our home here, which is dangerous but okay. And we'd started with Rotarycraft with a few of the more basic machines. We're going to continue that today, and here's some wool, by the way. That's just to as I said last time, to muffle the sound of the electric engine. So yeah, we're going to continue today from these, and we're going to expand it a little bit, add a bit more automation and see where we get to. So first things first, we're going to be doing a bit of farming, and here's the traditional kind of farms. Here's the really manual old type. Those are chilies. Here's the IC2 type, and these are crops. If you've never seen these before, most people miss them out in IC2. As you make them just 4 sticks. You plant them into the ground. The difference really here is that once they're fully grown, you can just right-click and take them without having to replant them again. That's a good idea. So getting them to replant automatically is something that we want, and something that luckily Rotarycraft can do. So first things first, we want a water source, because we're going to be using water. Things for the fermenter inside, I used buckets last time. I'm not going to want buckets for too much longer, but we're also going to need water for the engine we're going to use. We could use the gasoline engine, but it's much cheaper to do steam engine. Use a steam engine. Mainly, you only need consumable of water and some heat source. And the best heat source I'll show you as well to do that with. So let's get started, and I'll probably need to sleep first just to get through the night. Yeah, my timing's off. Look at the cows. Look at the cows and the sheep. Yes, cows, sheep. New. Never seen those before. Okay, sleep. There we go. Okay, so let's get started. Let's build the steam engine first, actually. Let's see what do we need for the steam engine. Hopefully I have enough steel. So those and the base panels, I think I already have. I've only got one base panel. Fine, I'm going to need more of those. Another impeller. Fine, so we need 3 of those. One of those. A condenser, which is a new type of component, which needs some liquid pipe, and HSLA steel. Okay, so what do we have? Glass. Oh, it's a work table recipe, that's why. Okay, and finally, shaped crafting. It's a little bit annoying to keep having to change between those two, I must admit. And we're going to need some gold. I'm sure I have this one. And final thing is a work table recipe. There we go, steam engine. We've got 12 liquid pipes, that's good because we're going to need those. I've got a spare DC electric engine, you're going to need those. last thing I need is something to get the water out of the ground, well, out of that pit, and into the steam engine. Luckily, it's simply called a pump. Similar to aqueous accumulators if you ever use those, and the liquid transfer node if you use those in other mods. The pump, again, I'm hoping I'm not short of steel. It's entirely possible that I will be. There you go. Okay. Most of that looks reasonable. At least it looks really reasonable because stupid work table. I want everything in shape crafting. I'm sorry, it's just one of those things. So we've got everything there apart from the glass panes, which I need one more glass for. I was sure I was cooking some glass up. I was. So just, I wanted one, but never mind. Not much you can do about that. And pump. Okay. A lever or two might be good. Now we also want a fire source. There we go, netherrack, that's the one I was looking for. And we're going to want flint and steel, and of course I've got lots of the components in here I could have used. We want the fan as well, but not just yet. Okay. So, first things first with the pump. You want to put the pump over a water source. Now, if I remember rightly, it's recommended that you do this in more than a 2x2. If you can do it with a 2x2, just a regular infinite water source, but just to save against problems, 3x3 would be better. So I do that. The two green boxes that you've seen before are just basically indicating where you can put the power in this case. So if you look, it's kind of a cylinder in there. Yeah, there you go. So this way and this way you can put the power. In this case, we're going to put it on this side because, hey, why not? And I've just forgotten I need to grab the tools. And of course it will be lucky enough to just face the right direction. Okay. Fine. So if I just turn this on, you'll see it starting to pump water in. And you saw it starting to pull water out from the bottom there. We need to get that water you know what, even though I don't have to, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? There you go, that'll do for now. We want to get the water out, and you can't get it out from the top, that's just kind of like an access panel. You've got to get it out from one of the other sides, and in this case, this side will do. if you look in the tooltip, it shows you the pressure. Now, I get the feeling this can cause issues later, but it basically is telling you the pressure means that you don't have to run the motor all the time. I'm not sure on that one. I could probably put a redstone clock in here just to run it every so often. It depends how often or how much of this water we're going to use. So for now, I'm not going to worry about it too much. But I want the water to go in somewhere. So first of all, let's just use it to fill up our fermenter. Easiest use of it. And I'm just going to pull it. Somewhat annoying because the fermenter is also going to have the noisy engine. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's just put it this way. Now that should be filling up the fermenter. See? Obviously, no engine on, but the pressure should be going down. Or it should equalize 101.9. Yeah, I think it's equalized. Yeah, okay. So again, just put our engine back down. It's in the back as before. And again, just like before. Now let's just deal with this. Okay, so that's the fermenter dealt with. But the fermenter isn't really the thing we came to actually do. It's one of the things. But we're going to need to use the water for some more power. Power enough to drive a fan, and the fan is the thing that's going to do the farming. I'll just briefly show you the ICT crops. If I right click, it gives me the result, but the crops stay planted. And you can use them for crossbreeding and all kinds of other things that aren't really used very much. It takes a lot of patience to do that, so not something we're going to do right now. And it's going dark again. There we go. So now we're going to want our steam engine. Let's say we're going to face the shaft off in that direction. We want to have power and water. So, first thing, if you just dig down twice and drop some netherrack in there if you have it yet. If you're not, you could use lava, but if you do, be aware it's going to overheat the steam engine and blow it up. You need some cooling fins, one cooling fin I think. Yep, these. You need to put that on top if you're going to use lava. But in our case, we don't quite have to use lava or anything, so temporarily. Steam engine is our output. Now, if I remember right, I don't think the steam engine actually has controls via lever. So this is probably going to be another one that's going to be annoying in terms of noise. Let's see what it's like. Not tried this one before. So there's a liquid pipe. And maybe we actually need to just turn this on for a minute. There we go, you see the fuel filling up? There it is. But it's not going to do anything until we heat it up. And we're going to heat it up like that. Now, assuming I've got everything right, this isn't going to blow up in my face. Yeah, I need to change this to stone, don't I? Anyone would think grass is flammable. Okay, so it's rising in temperature, which is exactly what we want. And I think, if I remember rightly, it's going to... Oh, good God. Tell I haven't tried the steam engine before. We're going to want it to run... Well, it will run around 120 degrees C. For Americans, that's something much higher in Fahrenheit. Use Celsius. Aha, there we go. Steam engine, it's running. Obviously it's over 100 degrees C, which is the point at which water will boil, turn to steam. The water's building, temperature's building. Hopefully it should stay static. Keep an eye on your engine. Okay, it's just going to set fires to everything, clearly. I may just turn it to lava just to actually stop the occasional fire. Again, this is going to be noisy, and if I put wool around, it's going to catch a fire. So... $124. Okay, that's static. So now we've got a power source that we can use. Hopefully that's not going to set everything alight while I'm away. And we're going to want to use it to farm things. And in my case, it's a fan. Let's just drop that down. Just drop that down where I can see both sides. So, input in the back. The fan will blow out of the front. The important thing about the fan is that it should replant the crops. Is everything on like that? No, good. It should replant the crops. So, let's see if we can attach this. I'm just looking at shaft units because I want to keep it away from that flammable source. Stone shaft should do it. Stone rod. There we go. That's 1. 2 and 3. Now I think these have a bit of loss when you put them through like this, but I'm not too worried. We could also make this higher and then build another level up there with some different kind of gears. We've not got to those yet, so I'm not too worried about them. So let's put the fan in place. Now, if I point at the fan, you see it's got a range of maybe 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. So let's say 8 for argument's sake. And we're going to want to plant in front of it, so everything along this line, you can already see it's pushing things that way. Everything on this line we're going to want to plant. I really hope this doesn't set alight. It probably will. That's much quieter. And it's... yeah. Fine. There's no way you're going to be able to use wool blocks for this. Sorry. Actually, I've got 8 of these things. Is that enough for a sound muffler? That'd be much more convenient. Oh, in fact, it's not. It's wool and a nut block, which is just wood. Yeah. Put some of this stuff away. If you haven't seen the sound muffler before, it's going to be really useful if you're going to use Rotarycraft. Note block, wool, sound muffler. Usually I use it for animals to get rid of the noise. But in this case, this is really, really noisy, so hardly hear this now. I can still hear that down there, so I may make another one of those later. Not important right now. All I want right now is some way of collecting that at the other end. So we're going to need some iron and just make a default hopper and a chest, which we can make out of some planks. One of those will do. The real question is, do I have any iron left? Oh, I saved some. Did. Back to hopper. I think I need 2. Fine, I'm going to need another bit of wood. And all we're going to do with this is we're going to put this at the very end for the hopper with the chest just next to it. And then we're going to plant stuff, and probably going to be canola to start with. So that's the thing we're going to need for the lubrication automation. See, that's much better. You can hardly hear that now. So if I put here, if I put my chest down, and if I stand in the way here, see I'm getting pushed backwards. That's exactly what we want. So if I take my hopper, shift right click, and it should have connected, hopefully. Yeah, it's connected. And now, just to be safe, I probably won't need this. Probably should be fine, but just gonna build a channel. There we go. Now, it's fairly important to know that you can make this fan a lot better and push a lot further. You just need more power going into it. So you could create multiple of these, and I'll show you how to combine power a little bit later. It is annoying. I'm going to have to make another sound muffler. And it stopped. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so you can upgrade it just by having more and more power. We will be doing that to make a much larger area farmable with these. But this is okay to start off with. And to do that, we just want the hoe and some seeds. It's really buggy, that noise. For canola, I probably have a lot more than that somewhere. Yeah, lot more, lots more. I think I've got some bone meal on me. I'm not sure. Wow. Turn the audio down. I have to figure that out. So canola, unlike most crops, I don't think needs any water, which is good. If you did, just put it either side or something like that, that's fine. And then let's see if bone meal works on it. If it doesn't, no big deal. Okay, you probably saw some of it fly past then. You didn't. Yeah, there it is, you see? So if I open this, it's filling up in the chest. And if you look, it's already replanted. See? All automatic. And you can do this with pretty much everything. Just remember if you need water requirements. I'm going to do probably the same thing to be able to make the other components. Obviously we've got the canola for the lubricant, but we're also going to need a reed farm, sorry, sugarcane farm, those stuff over there, and we can do it the same way. And then we're probably going to need some way of getting earth to make yeast, well, to combine with sugar to make yeast, and then yeast with yet more sugarcane to make ethanol crystals, and that'll be a good power source for us to use in other ways. So we're approaching the wrapping up point now. We have got an automatic farm running for canola. May extend that between the episodes. I'm not going to, watch me repeat the thing. Just bear in mind, you don't really need these channels. All you can do is create a much wider backstop here. I just have a line of hoppers, and then what I probably will do actually is upgrade and use something like item ducts just to pull out of the hoppers and into a chest that's accessible somewhere else, and then we can just create a line of fans. I'm not sure if there's a way to make the output for the fans wider, or whether it's just limited to a row of one. So I'll look into that between the episodes again and come back to you on that one. What we're probably going to do as well, probably not now, but in the next episode or so, is show a bit more of these options for how we move this power. Right now we're just extending, if you like, the beam, the shaft that runs out of the engine. That's okay, but this really is noisy, and maybe I want this deep in the earth where I can't hear it. In fact, Rotarycraft, you can even put these shafts through portals, so you could even have an engine room in a different dimension entirely, supplying Rotarycraft power with just this random shaft sticking out of one of the portals and into your machines, which then don't really make much noise. That's ready for some more sugar. I could also transfer the grinder and the gasoline engine out here, but that's not necessary right now. Yeah, I think that's it pretty much. Nothing else this time. If you have any ideas what you want to see next, we are building towards the ore processing section of Rotarycraft. It's important to get the basics together first before we jump into the high level stuff. The ore processing can get up to 5 times the amount of ore rather than just double, so it is a worthwhile goal to get towards. But we are going to need automated farming, automated lubricant, just as a minimum requirement, and then automated ethanol perhaps, and then we're going to use the gasoline engines or some of the other engines. That is really buggy. Some of the gasoline engines or the other engines to store up power and then transmit it all at once into the machine called the extractor, and that's the thing that's going to do the real work of making our ores much better, much more quantity, which is what we want. We don't, the amount of ore that this mod consumes, particularly iron, is quite high, so we want more of it. I certainly need more of it right now. I'm running out. So thanks for watching this episode. Next episode will be out in a few days. I'm Great Duster, and thank you for watching.